Hi everyone, it's Georgia down in Australia, and this is another little bonus project for my 2022 January virtual faith art retreat, More Than Words, and we have created this notebook. Now what I want to do, a journal within a journal. So I have something in particular, an issue in particular that I want to address, and I want it to be all together. So this will be things that come up throughout the year that I'll go, okay, I'm making special note of this for my own benefit, and I will put it into this notebook. We'll get to the whole reason behind that later on. So what I want is a simple notebook with pages that I can take out, but also the opportunity to add more pages. So what I'm going to do is start with a simple cover page. I am using the same cardstock that I used to make the pocket, so I have some sort of continuity happening. And I am going to cut that to pretty much a random size. Now I've just grabbed this offcut of my cardstock from my desk, and I thought, can I use this? Yes, absolutely. And when I put it sideways, I thought, oh yeah, I think I kind of like it, not as big as the page. So I'm going to use it sideways here, and I thought, okay, if it starts here, we'll end it kind of there. So, you know, as usual, just eyeballing the size. I'm going to put it through my trimmer here and just cut that to size. So that's going to be the size of my little notebook within a notebook. Now I want to add some pages to it, and I have grabbed just some plain white copy paper, because this is just for simple note-taking. Once again, the purpose of the journal is far more important than the art and craft. Now you can of course use all sorts of lovely fancy papers in yours if you like, totally up to you. I am going to measure my piece of card here. So okay, so it's just under 5. So I'm cutting a few pages all at once. This is a nice quick project. I also wanted to add some tea-dyed paper, and I do not have very much left in my stash. I need to make some more. So I think this is really only going to make one page for me. And I'm purposefully keeping this ragged look here, just because I like it. Now the bonus of this notebook that I'm making is that I will be able to add more pages as time goes on. So even though I don't have much tea-dyed paper now, I'll be able to add more pages once I've made some more. Oh, one other thing I want to do. Okay, the purpose of this little notebook is, the main notebook is I'm calling it my ordinary time notebook. If you're wondering what that's all about, the link to the actual making of the journal will be down below. Go over, pop over, and I'll give you my whole explanation, which I won't bore you with again on another video. So this is my carry around with me notebook when it's not Lent, when it's not Easter, when it's not Advent, when it's not Christmas. The rest of the year, our ordinary time, is when I will be carrying this book around with me, and I will be using most of the pages to jot down reflections, thoughts, prayers, all sorts of things that come up linked to the scripture readings of the day for all that part of the year. And I've actually done it in such a way that I have one page per week. Once again, this is not an art journal, it's more of a journaling journal. I know from experience that as we go through the readings every day, more specifically as we go through the gospel readings every day, there will be times when I read / listen to the teachings of Jesus and I think, wow, like that is really difficult. That is so hard to do. That is so incongruous with the world we're living in. This is a trigger for me. There will be times I mean, I think you all know me now. I don't pretend. And I don't pretend that everything's great and shiny and easy. So much of the time, it's not easy. And I know there have been many times when I have read parts of the Gospels and thought, oh, come on. At least I'm honest, right? So I am going to make this little notebook into which I am going to write as things come up. Basically, hey, Jesus, I don't like this thing that you said. No, that's the part that I thought everybody would not like me doing. And I don't mean it in some irreverent way. I'm being honest and saying these words are hard and I have trouble with them. So they're going to go into this little notebook, and it will be basically this notebook of things that I need to think about, things that I need to work on, things that I need to sort out, things that are issues for me. So, and I'm making it a book that I can take pages out and add pages to, because I'm sure I'll be adding lots of pages to it. But I also want the option to be able to take pages out. Okay, like I have dealt with this, and it might take, weeks, months, years. It might take my whole life. But things that, oh yeah, you know what, that's not an issue anymore. I get it now. Or I have overcome this. And I can take this page out because it's no longer a stumbling block for me. More likely I'll be adding lots and lots of pages. So I think in there, before it all gets started, we might... Now, you know what? I'm going to do that in my own time because it's something that I'm not going to share. But I will go through one of my Art Supply Bibles and I will find a page in one of the Gospels where I have something that's like, wow. And I will cut it to size and add it as my opening page. But I will do that in my own time. I may or may not come back and show it. Maybe I'll even Bible journal it and put it in. That would be kind of cool. But that is for another day. Maybe I'll do it during the retreat. That might be my thing during the retreat. Okay, so I have my pages and my cover, and now I want to kind of bind them together. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab a piece of card. I only wanted about, not even an inch, maybe half an inch across. And once again, eyeballing. So I wanted kind of, okay, let's say here. So not as long as my notebook. Kind of like this. And I'm using my corner rounder. And I know that if I put it all the way in, it's going to be too much of a curve. So I am lining it up. So sort of half manual. The way I'm doing this is a little bit rough, but it's okay. I'm not going for perfection with any of these projects. I'm embracing my focus verse, embracing my weaknesses, and going, okay, oh, that turned out actually quite good. Better than that side, but I don't think I can fix that. Or maybe I can. Oh, there you go. That's okay. I'll leave it like that. Okay, so that's going to be, there's probably a word for what this is. I don't know what that word is. So if I grab some clips, now if I line it up, and I'm just going to use my clips to hold it in place. But leaving the ends free, because I'm now going to use my hole puncher, and I'm going to punch a hole near the top. Actually, I might make a note of where I want those holes. So kind of here, kind of there. Okay, use my hole punch to punch a hole either end. And leaving the clips on there, I'm just grabbing some twine. This is Tim Holtz jute string. And I'm wondering, yeah, I might use this sage green kind of colour. Sort of twice the length from hole to hole, plus a bit extra for tying the knot. Then I'm going to thread it through. Take my clips off. And just tie a knot there. Okay, and that will then stick on here. Now I'm just thinking what I should have done was made the back cover with cardstock as well, because then I could just glue it directly onto my page. So I think I will do that, and then I'll decorate the front. Okay, so very quickly I did make a back cover out of cardstock, and then I stuck the entire notebook onto the inside of the final page of my bigger notebook. So ready to go. I might give it a little bit of a crease like this as I go along. So I have pages in here ready to be written on. I can add more pages simply by undoing this tie string, taking the cover off and adding more pages to it. Now I'm going to do very, very quick and simple cover design on this little notebook, because once again, I know I keep saying it, it's not about the art. So I'm grabbing this little pre-made tag. It's a Santoro Gorgeous Girl tag, and a bit of black and white twine that actually came with the tag and paper bags in a kit. Just threading that twine through the tag. I'm going to stick it straight. Normally I do things on an angle, but oh no, I will do it on a slight angle today. It's like I can't help myself. I've just grabbed this little piece of lace offcut that was sitting on my desk, and I am thinking of putting it underneath. Yeah, like that. Marvelous. So get a big splodge of glue under there. And some glue under this side of the tag. And I might just put a paper clip on this to hold it down while it dries. A bulldog clip, I should say. One over here, because it will take a while to dry with that lace. I don't have fabric glue, this is just ordinary craft glue, so it will stick well, but it will just take a little bit longer. And I'm just going to write my title. I'll go with pencil first, just in case I don't like what I do. I was going to initially write, I don't like these things you say, but I think I will change it and write things you say that I don't like. I know, it's still the same meaning, and it still has that. I know, it just sounds, I know it sounds so wrong, but it's not coming from a place of wrongness. It's coming from a place of trying to understand, and it's coming from a place of trying to do better. So I think I'm quite okay to be writing such a thing. So it's a bit hard because I've got these clips under my hand. And I've just finished up a Bible journaling for kids session where we did something with a variety of different types of printing. So I seem to be carrying that across to here because I'm writing things in kind of block letters. Things you say that I don't like, dot, dot, dot. Okay, anybody picking this up would go, what is she talking about? But I know what's going on. I know what it's about. So I'm doing this as a bit of a scribbly, none of the letters are the same size. You know how I have this thing about secret journaling being not only in the journaling but in the materials that I use and the colors and the way that I might write things or draw things or paint things. Well, this is one of those moments. There's a whole lot of secret journaling going on in the scraggliness of my letters here. So I'm just going to rub out my pencil marks. I have this little stamp of an envelope, and I might just stick it down there, stamp it down there rather, kind of like this tiniest little heart stamp, little heart. See, so I'm complaining, but it's still a little heart. I'm not really complaining. I'm not complaining truly. Okay, and then I will simply just do a bit of scribbling around the edges, as I do on practically everything I do. Take those clips off. Okay, and I'm going to leave it like that for now. It needs something else, but I don't know what that something is just yet, and I probably won't know until I start writing in the book. So at some point I'll come back and I'll decorate this. And when I do, I'll show pictures on all my social places, which I am going to put down below in the description. Wasn't that a great segue? So you can keep tabs on me, Facebook, Instagram, where I will show things in progress as they go along. I very likely will not be showing you what I'm writing on these pages, simply because you would not be interested anyway in what I have to write, because it's kind of personal. But I will show you other things that happen along the way, like the decorating of this particular mini notebook cover and any other decorative things that I do. So here we go, my ordinary time notebook done. There's the cover, and I have this space to put things in. Somewhere along the way I might decorate this. Somewhere along the way I might put a little pocket that I can put the tie into every time I open the book up. I have my questions ready to be added, ready to get writing. I've actually stuck something in here already. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's kind of secret, but I actually have a purpose for this now. I'm not sharing it. I share a lot, I TMI a lot, but there are some things that are too close to my heart for me to share, and that one of those is the purpose of the envelope in the center. So I've already stuck something in there. It's going to be used a lot, probably more than anything else in this book. And then at the end I have those things that I don't like. I shouldn't laugh, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. If you know me, you know it's funny. Okay, and a little tuck spot here that I can add things into. So there we go. So that's been a very simple project supposedly, and yet it's come along in 3 parts. So how simple or how complicated you make it depends on you and how much you want to add to it. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining me and for coming along to the retreat, anybody who's joined us there, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.